ladies and gentlemen, guy who works on CBS Sunday kickoff show every once in a while.
Every once in a while.
Incredibly handsome, very tall. Game wrecker. Yeah. Was just in Pittsburgh for TJ Watt's game this past weekend. JJ Watt. Yay! How you doing, bub?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Hey, I see the hat on still.
Yeah.
That means we got good things happening. Hold on before we dive in. Gumpy, would you like to give us a Burnley update here before the owner has a chance to really say anything, Gump?
Tough match this weekend against Arsenal, JJ. Best of luck, my friend.
Okay, so we got Arsenal this weekend. I like that. We're playing with the big boys.
Let's go.
We're playing with the big boys. How do we feel about Burnley, and what is the state of the union here?
Yeah, I will give a State of the Union. That sounds great because there's no doubt about it, it's been a rocky start to this campaign for us. It has not gone the way that we've wanted it to go. But you don't get involved in something like this to only be there for the shitty or for the good times.
Yeah.
You're also there for the shitty times, and you're also there when you got to work through some stuff. And we are very early into a brand new Premier League season. So I am optimistic about where we're going. Are there things we need to fix? Absolutely. But I am optimistic. Vince is a very, very smart manager. We've got a system that takes a little time to learn. We've got new guys learning that system. So I remain optimistic. The hat stays on the head, and we go again.
Hell yeah. Let's go, Burnley.
There we go, Burnley.
Let's go, Burnley. Woo. Yeah, Gumpy with your negativity. Don't you worry. We got a lot of season left.
I wasn't calling for the coach's job. That wasn't me.
Yeah, that was me.
It's all right.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Just seeing if, we could maybe light a fire under the boys' asses. But that State of the Union, I'm back. I'm back on Burnley's side here. I'm ready to, wet the sails and get going. I know that's not exactly a Premier League.
Raise the
Up the Clarets, JJ. Up the Clarets, JJ. Let's go, boys.
Gump, let's act like you've been on board the whole time.
All right.
I gotta say, AQ looks jacked today. I don't know what he took or what it is, but you look jacked today.
What he took?
Steroids.
What are you saying? He says you're on stuff.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
Hey, he's down a bunch.
No.
What did you? What were you? What are you?
I am 247, and I was
Ooh.
as heavy as 320 in my.
You
It's all in
fat
the
son of a
biceps and
bitch.
traps, baby. It's all in the biceps and traps.
And calves. You should see this dude's calves, bro.
I have. I mean, it's what you want out of a calf.
It certainly is. It certainly is. Are you back in Arizona? I see the jersey repping. Shout out, Pat.
I am. Shout out, Pat. His birthday would have been 2 days ago, 47 years old. So
Rest in peace, legend.
I am. Rest in peace. I am back in Arizona. I had a phenomenal weekend in Pittsburgh. I mean, I know you boys know all about it. It was a great week. The weather was perfect. I mean, we had colorama in the trees. We had crisp fall air. We had Steelers football. We were slinging some discs. It was great.
Okay, so is this your first time really getting out there to hang out during a game weekend, or what made this one different than maybe times? Yeah, hey, not great, but hey,
Tough twirl.
not bad.
They caught me at a bad time. I had a good twirl at the beginning, and then I really lost it. I tried to bring in some extra energy, and I lost the momentum of the spin. The physics of it didn't work very well. But yes, this was my first time as like a true fan. I mean, I've played there, obviously. I watched TJ a couple weeks ago in Houston, but this is my first time just attending Heinz Field as a fan. And man, it was cool. It was really cool to see that organization, to see TJ, to be there for it all. It's a special place. It's a very, very special place. I will say that it's probably the highest percentage of jerseys I've ever seen in a stadium atmosphere. Those people will wear some jerseys, and you'll see Jack Lambert, you'll see Troy Polamalu, you see guys from every era. It's pretty awesome.
Well, the Troy Polamalu one is everywhere because he was everywhere, especially places he wasn't supposed to be at certain times where dreams were supposed to come through. But yes, very much a Pittsburgh town over there. That's why if you get introduced last there, it's a massive ordeal. We learned, I guess, moments before the game that Tomlin picks who's getting introduced each week. It's on an alternating thing. Pick the defense. And when TJ comes out last, hey, that's going to be a very proud moment there with that whole city going.
He's not last.
What?
Not last. He's second last.
That's just because
Cam came back. Cam Hayward.
Cam. Yeah, no, Cam goes last. Yeah, legend. Cam's a legend.
We agree. I don't know. When I was there,
We've been there when TJ's gone last.
Yeah, TJ came out whenever we were there. They were playing the Bills.
Yeah.
And Duck Hodges was.
Yep, slinging the pill.
Cam is a legend.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Cam's a legend. Dad a legend. Cam is an absolute beast. It was his first game back, too, off of injury. But when you see your brother come out there and you see all the theatrics and everything that takes place during that game, you get the juices flowing a little bit. You think, yeah, you know what? Maybe I will play for the Steelers? Is that what you started thinking about?
Ooh.
I mean, I will say that Sunday when we were at his house and he was getting ready for the game, he comes home from the team hotel because it's a night game, or I guess it was Thursday. So Thursday he comes home from the hotel and he's getting ready for the game. He's getting dressed. He's putting on his music. He's got his coffee. And as the music starts going and it gets closer and closer, he's getting ready to leave and we start talking about the pregame. Like, that was truly the first time where I was like, man, I wish I was doing this right now.
Oh.
Like, I do wish, like, for that moment, I was like, I do wish that I was getting ready for a game. Just that feeling, that adrenaline, and being able to see it and feel it in the house. It was the first time that I actually had that FOMO about it.
Oh, yeah? How'd the wife and how'd the family think about it? They're like, JJ, look,
Wait a minute.
What's this?
this is a little bit different. You start wearing your head in.
Well, then after the game, when we're driving home and he's talking about, my finger hurts, my wrist hurts, my heel hurts. I was like, oh yeah, that's why I don't do it. Yeah,
okay.
There's plenty of reasons why. But then I went in the next day and I worked out in their facility, and it's a great spot. And being around some of those guys and the strength coaches and just kind of that atmosphere inside of a building, you know it. I mean, there's nothing like that camaraderie, that chemistry, that feeling of being in a building. So it was fun. I enjoyed it out there. I had a great time.
Did you stop by the training room? Maybe they test your knees, something called physical?
I put on a show in the squat rack. Don't worry. They don't need to test them. They know what they look like.
Oh, they knew the deal. This guy went on a recruiting visit. Wow. Cool. Got a towel.
Sounds like it went well.
Got a lift in. Did you get to eat there? How was the food?
I did not eat there. No, I didn't. I had a protein shake after the lift, but no, I didn't eat. I would imagine the food's pretty good because I've eaten a lot of food in Pittsburgh. A lot of good food in the Berg.
Oh, yeah. What'd you get to enjoy? I saw the Permanis folks tweeted you and said, we got you, JJ.
Yep, we had some chocolate-covered pretzels, which I love. We had
Saris?
I had so many. Saris. Sorry, I never know how to say it. I don't want to insult anybody.
I saw you apologize for calling them pierogies, too. You can say pierogies.
What are we supposed to call them?
Yeah, I mean,
some guys
since
said,
when are we like?
Yeah.
Yeah, some guy was like, pierogi is plural. Don't add an S.
Yeah, I saw that person. I'm like, I grew up right down the street from Rosie's Pierogies. Was she not Polish? You tell me. I don't know. Yeah, so I thought you apologized, and that guy was very kind to you, but I almost came in and was like, shut up, dude. Yeah. That ain't, what you just said wasn't right. So you had some Saris pretzels. Incredible.
Yeah, we went to like a pumpkin farm,
Nice.
a pumpkin farm place. We got a bunch of like pumpkin pie. We got a bunch of apple cider donuts.
Ooh.
Big fan of apple cider donuts. Huge fan. I had a shitload of tater tots. I am talking like a shitload of tater tots.
Love that.
It was great, man. It was really good. We had a good time. We went and we were sitting around on Saturday watching college football, and this is one of the things I love about TJ is we're sitting there watching the games, and he was like, you know what? Like, we're probably not going to remember someday who won the Texas-Kansas State game. Let's go out and make some memories that we will remember. So he literally like DoorDashed some discs for disc golf, and we've never played disc golf before in our lives. We've never done it. And so we went out for a couple hours and we played disc golf in the woods. It was fun.
Hey, the photos look sick. Yeah. I mean, you look like you're in a full. You said you never played before. Are you guys big frisbee guys, big hippies out there in Wisconsin, throwing those things back and forth?
No, nope, never, nothing. Haven't done any of it. Probably explains why I shot like 15 over. But it's a blast and it's a lot of fun. It's also a very sneaky, good workout. Pittsburgh, extremely hilly town. A lot of hills.
Oh yeah, but that's why.
A lot of dangerous roads. The roads are crazy there, man.
Yeah, you got to imagine driving stick shift there. Imagine that.
No.
You're on a hill like this, and then there's a road here, and then also this side doesn't stop. So good luck.
Yeah, like there's stop signs. But it only applies if you're turning left. If you're turning like you don't have to stop if you're going this way, but you do have to stop. And then this road might merge in at the exact same time. And also we have this thing called the Pittsburgh left, where the first car just gets to scream on past everybody. But I hope you know that, because if you don't.
Well, and also the
That's
last car,
crazy.
too. Pittsburgh left is also first car. As soon as it turns green, we're going in front of you. And then also, once it turns red, 3 of us are also sneaking through there because we don't know where to have to go. Pittsburgh's a beautiful place. I'm happy you got to experience it. I hope more people will get a chance to travel out there. I don't know if you're going to get treated like J.J. Watt, but you at least have a blast. Good people over there. Let's talk about some bad people. How about these people just taking money out of these NFL guys' pockets for football plays, J.J.? I seen you've been tweeting about it. Now, there's some things that JJ loves. JJ loves a good uniform combination.
Of course.
Loves a good uniform combination. But also likes calling out the bullshit that happens whenever maybe they're taking money out of a guy's pocket for a standard football play. Why are you taking a stand about this? Because you are JJ Watt, so you're going to be heard. And why do you think this continues to happen in football?
I'm just sick of it. Like, I've been on the other end of these fines. I've gotten some of these fines, and there's some of them that have been legit. There's no doubt about it. I mean, there's definitely plays that legitimately I understand why they're fining and why we're trying to get some of those things out of the game. But what's happening now, these plays that we're fining guys for, and we're taking tens of thousands of dollars out of their pockets because of routine football plays, things that happen throughout the course of the game, it is mind-blowing to me. And I know that these guys can't really say anything, because if they speak up now, they're going to get fined for speaking up about it. But it's
$50,000 for that.
Really
Is
absurd.
$50,000.
and when you have to run the playback 10 times to figure out which guy even got fined, like, which guy, like, what are we doing here, man? And these guys are getting fined. And yes, I get it. Make a ton of money. Don't complain. Don't say anything. Right here. What do you want a running back to do? Like, literally, what do you want a running back to do? And now we're going to take away tens of thousands of dollars from them. It is annoying. It is frustrating. And obviously, there's got to be a reason behind it. Either there's posturing for the next CBA so that they can say, okay, if you want to take those fines away, you give us this. Or it's they want people to say, we want this game to be more violent. So they want to be able to say, hey, we tried to stop the violence. We tried to stop the CTE. We tried to stop this, but you guys said you didn't like that. So I don't know what the reasoning is behind it or why it's ticking up all of a sudden, but it is out of control this year. And we have to say something about it. It's nuts.
Yeah, it is. The whole thought of them doing this, and they have full power, by the way, with the last CBA, they have full power to do whatever they want. That is judge, jury, executioner pretty much was written in there in ways I don't know if the NFL Players Union might have understood or seen coming like this. I do appreciate them potentially doing this to make it something that's so terrible that then they can say, we'll give this up in the negotiation. So let's build up something that's terrible, and then we can just be like, yeah, look at us. We're heroes. We'll give that whole thing up. Also, we need 18th game, and we need this as well, and we need that. It is crazy that is potentially what's happening here behind the scenes. They're playing a little chess.
Yeah, there's a lot of that type of chess that goes on, and the owners act like they care a lot about certain things, so that then when they give those things up, all of a sudden it's like, and then guess what we don't get back? Like percentages and guarantees and things like that. So it's all a chess game, man. And the hardest part about CBA negotiations with the NFL as compared to other sports is that the average length of career in the NFL is 3 years. And I was a young guy once. I know exactly how that feels. I know you just want to play. You're like, sign whatever CBA you want. I don't care. I want to play football. That's what happens when you're young. And then as you get deeper into the game, you start to understand, like, oh, there's much, much more to this. And this is a much deeper and a much bigger business than I understood. And you try to pass that knowledge along to the young guys, but they don't want to listen because they think you've already made your money and you're safe. So why would I listen to you? I'm trying to make my money. It's a big thing, man. It's crazy.
It's hard to be told something that you have to experience too. You know, like when you're young, lucky to be here, thankful to be here, let's play ball. Then you get jaded by business. You're like, oh, this is what all the old guys were talking about. This is that bullshit that everybody's talking about. And then you tell a young guy and they're like, well, it's not going to happen to me, obviously. Like, no, of course not you. Not you.
Never.
Well, won't happen
never.
To you. Not you.
You have those NFLPA meetings, like the rep will come in, and there'll be like 10 guys in the room, and you're like, guys, you need to listen to this. But I mean, I was the same way. You're like, just get me out of here as fast as possible. Let me go home. Let me relax.
After practice.
And then later in your career, you're like, guys, please come in. Yes.
We're not diving into
exactly
the NFLPA right now. I don't want to do that. I think both these sides are certainly could do better business. But the NFLPA choosing, we're going to do this on a Wednesday at 7 p.m. Okay, so after your entire day, after practice meetings, here's the NFLPA meeting that you guys should all listen to. And at the end, we're going to ask if anybody has any questions. And that'll be about 7:30 p.m. on a Wednesday, week 15. So if you have any questions, go ahead and fire away. Anybody have any? Shut up. No, got no question at all.
I went through a stretch where they're, you vote for the PA rep every year for your team. And there was a stretch of like 5 or 6 years in a row where whoever was the PA rep, that guy was gone the next year. It was a wild situation. So then guys started not wanting to be the PA rep. It was an interesting world.
Never want to do that. Anyways, let's move along. I appreciate you bringing attention to this because you're JJ Watt. So maybe there'll be a little bit of change. Guy lost $100,000 in one game for 2 hits.
Ridiculous.
You know what I mean?
What are we doing?
And then that one was only like $9,847 in comparison to a $90,000 fine. Not that big. But then you see when he lowered his shoulder and hit somebody. It's like, guy loses $10,000 for that? Like what? 10,000 American dollars are gone because of that. I don't get it either. I'm appreciative of you bringing it up. Ty has a question for you, JJ.
Yeah, JJ, this weekend, I mean, everyone's kind of been talking about it, and he's been unbelievable, but CJ Stroud kind of just setting the entire league on fire. Obviously, you're not living there anymore, but how realistic is it that Houston either like makes the playoffs this year or actually like kind of goes on a run? Like I think it's safe to say that they're like firmly in a Super Bowl window now with how good he is. And no disrespect to any of the guys that you played with, but how pissed are you that this guy wasn't your quarterback while you were in Houston?
Oh, man, it is so much fun to watch. And the most exciting thing for me is to watch how he's got this city rallying again, how he's got this fan base excited and invigorated, because it is a great fan base. And I love to see that they have something to cheer for and something to be excited about. And like I've said every time I come on here, not only is it the way he's playing, not only is it the way he's spreading the ball around, I mean, putting up unbelievable stats, doing it all as a rookie, but he's also leading the right way. He's saying the right things. He's doing the right things. He FaceTimed me from the Children's Hospital last week because there was a kid there that was a fan and wanted to say hi. Like,
that's
the guy is doing it the right way. Yeah, he is doing it the right way, and it's really cool to see. And it's a guy you can be proud of. It's a guy you want to root for. So we're very excited to have him, and we're very lucky to have him.
Okay, so it was Houston before the draft that came out and said, CJ Stroud's dumb.
He's an idiot.
CJ Stroud, make sure Carolina knows. Our test that we do, the super duper 014 test, this guy is not going to be able to remember anything.
Fool.
You remember that?
No.
That was being said about him.
Yeah.
And now we're watching him. 14 tuds, 1 interception. Yeah, he knows what the defense is doing.
Yeah.
His brain might be better than guys that are in their 4th or 5th year. That's like one of his weapons.
Yeah.
And then his arm, JJ.
This clip.
Yeah, go ahead.
This clip is one of my favorite clips because he throws this game-winning touchdown with no time left, like drove the team down the field. And then immediately after he throws that touchdown, you know, some teams are going to go down, dogpile their guy, get so excited. He's cool. He's calm. He's collected. He's like, yeah, this is what we do. This is what we do. And then you look at D'Amico on the sideline, and D'Amico's like, yeah, this is what we do. Like, it's not crazy. It's not going nuts. It's like, yeah, we expect to win these games. And I think between those two guys and the rest of the roster they're building in the next, 2 or 3 years, if they do these off seasons right, a lot of free agents are going to want to come to Houston because of what they're building. They truly are about to open up a Super Bowl window here, and it's an exciting time.
I didn't even think about Houston being a destination. Texas, taxes,
Sure.
and also Houston, Land of Vegas.
Yeah.
Sweet.
You know what I mean? People do enjoy old H-Town.
Yes, they
How
do.
could you not? Hey, his arm, hose.
Yeah.
Spins.
That thing's a hose, dude.
He's got such a quick release, too, man. He keeps it right tight. It's
like Dan
such
Marino.
a quick release.
It's like Dan Marino.
Great, man.
You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah, it's tough to sack, tough to get. I mean, the guy's thrown, 2 picks on the whole year? 1 pick on the whole year? I mean,
one pick.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's bananas.
Incredible.
Another rookie made his debut right in front of you pretty much. Go ahead,
Oh, yeah.
Bud.
Also as a hose in his second start in a short week, Thursday Night Football against the Steelers. What was your thoughts after seeing Will Levis live? I'm sure you talked to your brother, some other guys since you're around the facility about his performance. What's your thoughts on him going forward now being named the starter down there in Tennessee?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's earned that so far. I think that he's earned that opportunity. I mean, 2 weeks ago, put on an incredible performance, obviously. And then against the Steelers, I thought he put up a strong performance. It was a Thursday night game, quick turnaround after his first start. But the guy has a cannon. There's no doubt about that. He can throw the ball, and he does seem to have good command. He does seem to have the team behind him and the leadership to do it. So when you have Derrick Henry that you can hand it to, and you got some of those guys on their defensive side of the ball that can play as well, so he's in a good situation. And I do think that it's probably the right time, and it's also good in the back half of this year, even if it's not necessarily a playoff situation. It's good to see what you got the rest of the year with him, and it looks like he's got some promise.
Yeah, he got the moxie too. Came out with no helmet on, just a hat. I don't know if you saw that. Had a camouflage hat on while he was jogging out the tunnel in Pittsburgh. I was like, all right, this guy wants to feel it.
Love it.
Look at me. I'm ready for it.
I'm the one.
And after, hey, how was Renegade? How was it? Did you enjoy it?
It was great, man. But they gave up like a 15-yard pass the first play after it, and I was like, oh, we just wasted every single ounce of energy.
Which leads to
It's sweet.
Will
dude.
Levis was in the end zone
Yeah.
after that happened, and I think it was like a 25-yard ball.
Yeah.
He completed.
It was a yeah.
So he might have it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Might have it.
Yeah, he might.
Connor has a
I
question.
mean, it's
for you.
cool though. Those lights go out, and you know what's happening like that. I mean,
Do you know
I
the
love
words?
when a team has? I know, hey mama, oh mama.
Oh,
Hey,
boy.
mama.
Hey, mama.
Hey, mama. It's
Oh,
that
mama.
big, that big, that mama. Hey, that ain't that song, dude.
Oh mama. No, I don't know the words.
For my life from the long arm of the law.
Dude.
And that was when you were grabbing Terrible Talon.
Oh yeah, I was waving the shit out of that thing. That's a long song. I also learned that long song. Arm was
They caught you at the end.
That's why. Yeah, they caught me at the very end. I was dead. My arm was literally gone, and I knew the camera was coming at some point, so I had to keep swinging that thing. I couldn't put it down, otherwise I looked like an idiot.
Yeah, that's good self-awareness.
Yeah.
Yes, they are going to shoot me doing this right now. I don't know when the time is, though. I think they should pre-record those shots to the crowd.
Smart.
Yeah.
But they had DeMar Hamlin right behind Chris,
Yeah.
Chris and Tarico. Mm-hmm. And do we have to do that live? Can we not just get a shot of him maybe like 10 seconds before that where he's not picking his teeth? And then
Yeah, like a cool shot. Like, can we get a good shot?
they put his ass right here.
Yeah, buried him, kind of.
Right here.
They got me later in the game looking at the back of the box of SARS chocolates because I had 7 pretzels, and I was like, I literally told my wife, I said, babe, I gotta see, and it is 100 calories per pretzel, and I was like, oh, I'm fucked.
Oh my God!
You're an embarrassment. You are an embarrassment. This is disgusting.
But I ate a lot of them.
Yes!
And they caught me on camera doing it.
Yeah, you're a pig. Obviously, you ate a lot of them.
Holy
Jeez.
hell.
Yeah.
There's only one word. Well, there's a few words, but certainly one that comes
That
up in
one.
conversation a lot.
Scumbag.
Yeah, Diggs.
Am I going to have to pay that fine too, like I paid the $5,000 last week? Are we doing the shot again today?
Winners to be announced, by the way, today.
Okay.
Congrats to everybody that wins JJ's money. Marquee has been updated. Thank you, JJ.
You sack of wine.
Hope you're happy. Okay? Hope you're happy.
I'm not. I'm really not. Last week I kind of was a little happy. This week I'm really upset.
There's this is back-to-back weeks. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
So much has happened since the last time you swore on this show, I guess. There's olds all around America right now.
Oh, yeah?
That are like, did that guy just say
You said
F
it right.
dash
I know. I
dash
feel
dash?
bad because my grandma texted me this morning too about the show, and I had to tell her because I'm on an hour earlier, and I said, "Grandma, I'm on at 11:15 Central today, not 12:15." So I want to apologize, Grandma. You shouldn't have heard me say that. That was wrong, and I'm sorry.
Wash that mouth out with soap.
Yep. Now.
Yep.
I don't even know where to go from there. You just, I mean,
I know.
Get him off. Get him out.
I don't want to kick you off the show. This is back-to-back weeks.
I know.
Yeah. So, sometimes you got to lay down the law, or else is it going to be 3 weeks in a row?
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
I thought we learned from our mistakes.
Yeah. No. I mean, you make another shot, I'll pay more money.
Yes.
A lot of arms.
That's fine.
Oh, dude, what? I know you've talked about it, but I want to hear it for myself. What happened with the sunburn or not sunburn at Alabama?
The camera wasn't white balance.
Yeah.
It
camera
was
was on.
preposterous.
on
I
camera.
tuned in and I was like, my guy looks like a toaster strudel out here.
Yeah, believe me. I didn't feel exactly how I looked on the camera, but also with the way the sun was hitting me and the screen, I couldn't see the screen.
Oh, yeah.
So I had not seen the television, what it looked like for, I don't know, 45 minutes or so. And then I got a text from like 5-6 people that are like, just saw you in the airport. I'm in, are you okay? And I'm like, what is everybody? And I look down at the screen. I'm like, holy hell. And then, am I really that burnt? I did get a little burnt. But I think the camera was not white. I think it was white bounce on the crimson helmet.
Yeah, sure.
And then the crimson chairs behind me, and I just blended into the whole thing. I did have a sick, 1990s professional wrestler tan.
Oh, yeah.
You did?
Like Lex Luger, yeah.
I had a Ric Flair drip going on there. But yeah, I got a lot of people very concerned about my health. So no text from you, though. So
Interesting.
thanks for.
Yeah, no, I sometimes I'm like, he's just annoyed. So many people text him in the show. I'm not going to also text.
If somebody's worried about my life and my well-being, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I won't.
All right, JJ, 10 more people. $500. All you got to do is retweet this post, say something nice to somebody, and put the easiest way to pay you in the same exact response.
Is this a Dude Perfect channel? What is this?
I'm not under Burnley. I'm not Tyler. But every once in a while, a ball will fall. And when it happens, JJ's got to pay people. That's great news.
Unbelievable.
You have a 1,000 batting average right now. This is unbelievable. It can't be real. These got to be fake. These got to be pre-recorded.
Yeah, you're right. Who knows how long it's That's 20 people, $500.
Boom. Yeah.
Not 10 people. That's 20 people, $500. Thank you, JJ.
Good guy, JJ.
All right, hey, Connor has a question. That was awesome.
That was sweet.
Yeah. Mid-interview giveaway from a guy that just cusses like a sailor all over ESPN.
Hold on, wait. Is the Dude Perfect? Are those shots not real?
What?
What are you?
This
is not
I'm just putting two and two together. I don't want my world.
This is the wrong
Serious? Because me and my kids, we watched that.
Look at this guy's
JJ.
But these are my fellow businessmen you're speaking about here.
Yeah. We can move on. I'm just putting.
What?
They are real.
Darius. Because he asked the question. He said, "Hey, is this a Dude Perfect channel?"
Yeah, because it was a perfect shot.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. That's all I need to hear.
Dude,
good.
It was perfect.
Boom.
20 people, $500. Shout out to Tyler and the boys down
We've
there.
seen it in person, D, but it did not take 3 hours. It took one shot, okay?
And a lot of smoke and mirrors.
No smoke and mirrors.
Come on.
That's disgusting. Okay, that's dude not perfect. What you just did back there. Okay, I watched Tyler.
Yeah.
Tyler.
Gump, who are you texting? Gump, who are you texting back there?
Oh, jeez. JJ's
working
watching.
back here,
Probably
JJ.
Tyler.
I just tweeted out you swearing. Just tweeted out you swearing on the show again.
Oh no!
How about that, JJ? Up to clearance, JJ. Win a damn football game, JJ. Christ.
Allowed to say Christ, by the way, although people are not going to be happy about it.
Football with a U.
All right, anyways.
Lord's name. That might be worse than the F-bomb to some people.
Not the FCC, though. I guess.
Nope.
Whatever. So that's on them. We learned a lot about them right there with that particular statement. But please,
Hey.
no
I'm
reason.
sure some people had the question.
No,
Tyler
would never.
Tyler would never.
Connor has a question for JJ.
I do, Jajan. Just to be fair, D, but they do not make it on the first try every time. Just to hammer that home, that is where I stand. Okay. Now, do I know that for a fact? No, but that is where I stand.
Oh, okay. That was punditry.
That was punditry. That was opinionated. Shout out Ben Volen.
Well, nobody
JJ.
thinks they make it on the first time every time, right? I mean, that would be preposterous.
Yeah.
I do.
I thought they did. They're
Me too.
perfect.
Yeah.
Pat?
Hello.
Yeah, all right.
Tyler's as talented as they come.
I saw him first time, ball in a hole.
Boom.
And then you punted one in first try.
From the concourse.
I did not punt one in first.
Was that?
Is it true?
How long?
was
How
close,
long
though.
were you in that coffin with Peyton Manning? How long were you in that coffin?
I don't want to ruin all the movie magic, but 20, 30 minutes.
No way.
Yeah. A lot of shots. I don't know how much of me talking in the coffin they used, but we got a lot of B-roll footage of me talking in that coffin. I mean, a good 15, 20 minutes worth of me just chit-chatting with myself in the middle of some wood, getting a splinter in the back of my shoulder. It was great. It was a real blast. Did you watch that
it was a
episode?
great feature.
Did you watch it?
I haven't seen the whole thing. I saw the clips.
Okay.
I don't. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. In today's world, I struggle to find where things live, and I don't know exactly where that lives. So if you want to, I mean, I'm still waiting for you to show me.
Okay.
You're supposed to show me the Gary V card opening thing. I have yet to receive that.
What? We missed one
you're supposed to
yesterday.
send me-
We missed one yesterday.
Yep.
AJ texted me about halfway through Gary V's and said, "Hey, there's a break going on right now."
They were snapping packs.
I think so. Yeah.
Who won?
Gary beat them all.
The boss won again.
The boss beat everybody.
Can't beat the boss, baby.
Anyways, let's get back to
This show is awesome. I love this show. This is great.
Well, you're trying to ruin it every time you come in here.
Do you swear on CBS when you go in there?
Yeah. You're like, hey, Bill Connor, you know what? Why don't you go yourself? Is that what you say on CBS, or is it a little bit more respect over there? Jeez Louise.
You're right. You're 100% right. I have no self-control when I come on here. I need to reel it in. I'm going to bring it back, and I apologize.
You should make fly fish, too, if you're going to do it. I'll show more fly fish.
I've never done that. Have you done that?
No, I just seen the photos, and they always seem to be like right here.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah.
It looks cool.
Yeah, but I feel like fishing's relaxing. You're doing a lot of...
It's quick, yeah. You got to pull that sucker quick.
And then
pretty much standing the whole time, too.
That's not my fishing.
Dwayne Johnson loves fly fishing.
On his lake down there in Virginia at his farm?
Yeah, but he doesn't use a rod. He just grabs them and you catch.
Well, I've noodled before. Let's not get crazy. I would love to
That's called rock fishing.
What's that?
That was a terrible dad joke. Really bad. Really bad dad joke.
So I bet Cole
Really
popped
bad.
big
You
on
felt
that.
so good about it. I mean, hey, it was good. We missed it.
Yes.
That's on us, not on you.
Yeah, no, it's
You're
so
in
good,
Arizona,
yeah.
we're in
So
Indiana.
good.
Yeah.
That's tough.
What are you
That's-
going to do?
There already
Nothing like cracking a joke and having somebody be like, what's that now? You're like, oh, okay. Move on with our lives.
We will. Connor has a question for you.
Yeah, geez, this has been terrible. Terrible 5 minutes for JJ. But when you're thinking about playing for a Belichick disciple, which you have, and you have talked about how you and Bill O'Brien are close, and it's not as if the situation in Las Vegas relates any way to what happened in Houston. But Max Crosby and a lot of other people have been saying a lot of stuff, and Max had 3 sacks, he balled out. I know that is something that you saw, but what are some of the challenges that the Raiders might be facing or did face before with Josh McDaniels and your point of view that could have gone wrong, and also why are they so damn good now with Antonio Pearson? Is he just the greatest, players coach that you've seen in recent memory?
Yeah, I think there is definitely, when you just kind of read the comments and you see the interviews coming out of Vegas and the aftermath of having a coach fired, you kind of get a vibe there. And the players, I think you definitely know, okay, let's say they got what they wanted per se. You better go out and ball that next game. You better go out and win the game. You better go out and kind of, prove like, hey, we are great players. We can do this. And obviously Max having 3 sacks and those guys. Now it's a matter of sustaining that. It's kind of like that new energy. I saw they brought the Soul Train back. I saw they brought a bunch of that energy and excitement. There's a lot of that type of stuff that goes on where all of a sudden we're having fun again, which is awesome. And it is. There definitely is a moment of where you're like, we're having fun again. Now it's a matter of sustaining that. Now it's a matter of, okay, does the scheme actually hold up? Can we actually sustain this? Can we scout better? Can we coach better? Can we do these things to sustain that success? Because, the music in the locker room or the basketball or all those things, trust me, I've been in locker rooms where we've done them all. Those things only last for so long.
How are you in there? How are you in there?
Actually, I lost a lot of money on a mini hoop one time.
No, not actual money. You're talking like M&Ms, peanut M&Ms and stuff.
Yeah, no, Monopoly. Yeah, no, nobody plays for
real money. No, of course,
fake
fake
it's
money.
illegal.
But
It's illegal.
you were shooting, or somebody else was?
It was a 1-for-1. You shoot, I shoot. You shoot, I shoot. And it was fun, man. That's the stuff that you miss when you're done. Like in the locker room, shooting hoops, or like we had one time in the Houston Texans locker room where we took garbage cans and we had a big open locker room and we put one at each end of the locker room and we played 5-on-5 basketball. It was awesome. The whole place got into it. Somebody would dunk and it would just be mayhem. It was those memories are good times, man.
Yeah, I agree. And you need that. I think it's good for the team. Anytime the team is spending time with each other and having a good time, that's only good for everything else. So whenever teams try to get rid of it, I'm like, well, we don't want the boys to hang out.
No, when they like take the ping pong table out of there, they're like, get that out of there. You're not focused. I'm like, yeah, newsflash. We're not watching film 24 hours a day. Like a lot of coaches will be like, we don't want you rushing out of the building. Well, why do we rush out of the building? Because we're not allowed to do anything here. Like we want to hang out. We want to do that. There used to be like players lounges with like an Xbox or a PlayStation in it. Like, I don't care if a guy's staying in the building till 7 p.m. and playing PlayStation if the day is done and he's hanging out with his teammates. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. The more you hang out, the better it is for your team. I can't stand when people, like, get the basketball hoop out of the locker room. What do you think we talk about in our off time? That makes us closer.
I agree. And then they got rid of playing cards and dice.
What?
When did they get rid of that?
Well, whenever old buddy walked in the locker room with a gun.
Gilbert Arenas.
Yeah. Well, that was it. To be fair, that is a line we probably shouldn't have crossed.
We're like, hey, Gilbert, hey, you know, what you did is, you know, kind of ruining what we got going on over here.
If I had to bet, that had nothing to do with that. That was probably one game that you play on the back of planes. That Blu-ray.
Yeah.
That's when you start bringing duffel bags into locker rooms, it's usually connected to one game.
Whenever you start negotiating outs, I'll give you a watch. Okay, it's a really good watch, and I'll give you a couple other things. Instead, deal? Gonna need. All right, another watch? All right, deal.
Boom.
We are good. Blu-ray is problematic.
Oh, yeah.
Blu-ray is legendary, man. I mean,
they're still playing it. They're still playing. We talked to somebody, I forget who it was. I thought that game would have died with this next generation, honestly, because this next generation seems to be much smarter than we are. That game is not a game that you should be playing. I mean, there is zero skill involved, and you could lose hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Quick.
I mean, that's real. That is a real thing that can happen.
Oh, it is incredible. And I had never heard of it, never had any. In my rookie year, I went in, and one of my fellow rookies, an undrafted guy, he hopped into a game. And all of a sudden, real quick, it was 13 G's down. And I was like, you're undrafted. I was like, what the hell's going on, man?
Buddy, that's going to be 26K.
Quick.
Like next hand. That is going to go real fast. Yeah, I played cards. Some of the older guys hosted a poker game every single week. They heard I played cards. They invited me my rookie year. I think they were going to try to take me or whatever. I get cards. Everybody's seen the way my life goes here. That is kind of how it all works out. I'm very thankful for that. So then the next week, I learn a Blu-ray on the away game, and I'm going to sit down. A couple guys from the poker game were like, hey, this is not cards. Like, cards are involved, but this is dice. This is not a card game at all. I'm like, thank you. So then I started watching it, and I heard some numbers being said. And I'm like, how much? There, 47,000. There's 47,000 in there. Yeah, and it might get up to 94,000 too if somebody hits it. I'm like, what, dude? Thank God. Yeah, I was not a big Blu-ray player.
One and done. And it becomes like it's not real. Like you're like these numbers. If you took me outside of this situation I'm in right now and you said this number to me, I'd be like, yeah, you're a psychopath. Like, yeah, it's a house. That's a car. Like. But on the back of a bus or on a plane, like, it just somehow becomes normal.
I saw OG. I walked to the back of the plane having a good time, you know. I saw OG writing this down. So it was like a 4-hour flight, long flight. So you owe me 42, right? 42. Okay, 42. And then he ripped it, had the guy sign it. These two guys are so drunk. $42,000 on a ripped piece of paper. We both signed. That's real. That's
and that is real.
That is real. That was very real. It was awesome. Guy got his money.
That piece of paper is as good as the Constitution. I mean, you are paying that money.
Could you imagine you lose that though? That guy doesn't have that the next day.
Oh man,
out. I'm out. Hey, I didn't.
Argon nuts.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember doing any of that. All right, let's move along to a guy that's probably not playing Blu-ray but has a massive brain. AQ has a question for you, JJ.
JJ, can you talk a little bit about Josh Dobbs? And, you know, obviously he was in Arizona, so you got to see it up close and personal, but what does he mean to Minnesota and what he was able to do this weekend?
Yeah, man, it was pretty awesome to see. It's kind of similar, you know, we were just talking about kind of like that fired coach bump where you go out there the next week and you're laying it all out there. I think that there's something to be said almost for the fact that he didn't know any of his receivers. He didn't really know the plays. He was just going out there and playing backyard football, playing off of pure instincts and what the coach is telling him in his ear. I mean, I think there's such a power in that to where it's like you go back to being a natural, real football player. You let the thinking come out of it. That paralysis by analysis doesn't happen because all you're trying to do is literally whatever possible to win the game. And I mean, some of the runs that he made, some of these throws that he made, I mean, literally didn't know what he was doing. And he just went out there and he balled. And it's another thing where you're like, okay, so can we sustain this? Like, is this something where now the team is going to rally and they're going to be like, all right, this is what we're doing. We're going to rally every single week. Or is it now you get into the game plan and other teams start the game plan and all of a sudden everything kind of catches back up? But hell of a performance, man. Really fun to watch. And every guy that I've talked to in Arizona or whoever's been around Pittsburgh, who's been around Josh Dobbs, they love him. He seems like a great guy.
That guy right there, Kevin O'Connell, was talking about how he was relaying in the play and then explaining the play to Josh Dobbs, and then his microphone would cut off at 15 seconds, and then Josh Dobbs would just have to kind of calculate it all, and then they go back and win a game. That's absurd. He's called the Pastronaut because he's an actual astronaut, and he also happens to be an NFL quarterback, a great one at that. JJ, we can't thank you enough for joining us, pal. Tried to ruin the show one time. I think we kind of skirted by it.
A little bit.
We had one giveaway whenever I banked one home over here. Huh?
Yep. I'm losing cash every week. I love it. All about the people.
Huh?
Another one? Yeah. Let's do it. I mean, you do 3 in a row. This is mind-boggling. Do it. $5,000. Do it.
No smoke and mirrors over here.
10 people, $500 from JJ.
Wide.
Son of a! That was a bad ball.
All right, it's good. Now we at least all know it's real.
Dude, isn't perfect.
One more. What do you got? One more. Throw something out.
That was there.
All right, no more. Too close.
All right, we appreciate you, man. You're the best. See you next week. Are you on CBS this weekend or no?
I am. I think I'm going to try and talk fines on there too. So we're going to really hammer this thing from all sides.
Okay, change the rules. We need you. Ladies and gentlemen, JJ White. I really enjoy how comfortable he gets on his show, huh?